The new localization feature has been out for a few months now, and it's already been in huge demand by businesses who use multilingual websites. If you've already tried using this feature, today I'm going to show you how you can take it a step further by adding a custom flag icon to that language switcher dropdown on your website. This is Yar, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can customize your language switcher dropdown by adding a flag icon that corresponds to the language you have set up. Now, this is not a native feature from Webflow, and we're going to use some custom code to make it happen. So make sure to watch this video until the end to see how to make this work properly on your own website. Before we start, just make sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up to support this channel so that we can keep making Webflow tutorials that can help you make the best out of your Webflow website. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so let's see how we can do this, and I'm going to use my own website to install this language switcher with the icons. Now, first of all, you will need to have the localization feature installed, and that's done from here, from the settings tab on the localization, and you install your locale. Now, I have two locales, one in English and one in Arabic, and that's what I'm going to use. So first things first is I want to install the language switcher. And that's done by going to the place where I want to install it here inside this div. So I'm gonna click on add, and I'm gonna go to the add panel, and I'm gonna choose locales list. Now this comes as just a list, just like a CMS item, and I want to make it into a dropdown. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna add a dropdown inside the locale wrapper. So the locales wrapper will have a drop down inside it, so we're going to do that. Just going to pull this to the top, and then we're going to open the drop down, and then inside the drop down list will be the locale list, so it'll be something like that. Now if we have a look at the preview, you can see that we have the list of the locales that we have installed. So let's customize this now. First things first, I want to add an icon. So I'm gonna add a div block, or actually I'm gonna use the new custom element feature. So this will be my icon, and this will be a div, and this will have a text of ISO code, and then we'll give it a custom attribute of data value, and that will be the ISO code itself. Now you see this says English. Next to it is a text. This will be as well the ISO code text, so it will say English. We'll style this to be in flex, and we'll give it 0.5 EM spacing. We'll call this language switcher dropdown. And then we have our language switcher ready. Now I want to style this as well, just to make it similar to the nav links above. So I'm going to give the class of side nav link to the main parent element. I'm going to remove the padding from the toggle icon. So I'm going to move it 0, and I'm going to change these to 0 as well. So I have my list just like that. And if we look at this, so if we click on it, we can see that it has the list just like we want. So we're gonna as well remove these default links, so we just have the list of the locales that are installed on our website. Also, let's style this a bit, so we can click on show, and then you can see the drop down. We can remove that default color, which is DDD. We're going to make it transparent, and we're going to call this language switcher list. Now the next step is to customize this list. So we're going to add a link block. We're going to remove the default link. We're going to add a link block, and inside it there will be a custom element and a text element, because we want to have the flag, and next to it says, let's say, EN or AR. And we're gonna we're gonna click on the custom element. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna give it a text of ISO code and a data value attribute of ISO code. So it'll be English, and then this text will also have an ISO code. So it'll be something like this. Now we're going to customize this to also be flex horizontal, and we're going to give it a 0.5 EM spacing, so it has some space. So now that we have this ready, let's rename this language link. Now that we have this ready, also I want to change the, this will be the nav link icon, which will be this. And these will be in white. So let's just make sure they're white, just for the color to work well. All right. Now what we need to do is have those icons, the flag icons that we need to refer to somewhere. So what I did is I just uploaded them to my asset library in my asset panel. So you can see I have two icons that I'll be using, and I can refer to the link by copying the link, copy asset link to clipboard, and use it in my custom code. The custom code you'll find in the description below, so you can use that. So that's here, and it's a Notion board. So this custom code was done for another client, and we're going to customize it now for our use case. So since I want this to be on all pages, I'm going to add it to my custom code section in the site settings, and using the FinSuite Chrome extension, I can just go to the FinSuite extension and go to custom code and perhaps add it here. So this will be added here. We can give it a description, language switcher, just so that we know what this is. All right, so first things first, now that we have data value, so the first data value is EN, and that's English, and the second data value will be AR, and that's Arabic in my case. And if you have more, you can just copy paste this bit where it says document, and you just copy paste it and paste it and paste it for all the languages that you have. But in my case, I just have two, so I'm going to use AR and EN. And I'm gonna go back to my panel, to my asset panel, copy this link and just add it. So this is the AR link, and I'm just gonna add it as the source here. I'm just gonna remove this, the German flag, and just add my Arabic flag, and then we're gonna use the American English flag and add it in the EN section, which is this one. So now we have English and Arabic, and since we're just going to make sure that we're using the right width, so that's 1.7 EM, and we'll go to the custom code, and of course you can change the width, you can remove the style, but I rather have the width here. So just to make sure everything is properly sized, so that's 1.7 EM, 1.7 EM here, and we're going to click save. Now, of course, you're not gonna see this in the designer, so you're gonna have to publish and see it in the live site. Also, one final step is to make sure that each language switch links to the right website. So if we open the menu, also let's give it some margin between, because they are very stuck to each other. So maybe I give the local list, or actually not this one, the local list itself. We're gonna make it into a flex vertical, and we're gonna give it 0.5 EM gap so that there is spacing between them, and this will be local list inner. And we're gonna link each locale to the right locale so that it takes us to the language that we want. So we click on the link block that we just added, and we make sure that it links to the current locale. And in our case, we just want it to link to the page. So in case I'm in the about page and I want to see that in Arabic, it just takes me to the page and it doesn't take me to the home page again. So we're going to use local list item, and we're going to link it to page. Now, moment of truth. Let's publish and see if this works. Let's open the site. Let's make this bigger. You see we have the icon, the flag icon next to the language. This is EN, and if we click AR, we see that it has the icon. Now, of course, this is missing some styling, and we can keep going and styling it in the different locales, but this is exactly what we wanted. Another step maybe that would make this nicer is not to use the ISO code in the text and use the locale name itself, so that here will be the flag and it will say English, and the same thing goes here. So instead of the flag saying EN, and it will be the flag copying the ISO code, and the text will be copying the locale name. And this way it will look better, because we have the flag and then we just want to have the locale name itself. So let's see how that would look. So if we publish this, you're going to see that here it says English, and if we click on it, it says Arabic in the Arabic letters, and here doing the same thing, so that this will help with making things more consistent. Since this is a new feature released by Webflow, we're hoping for a new update that does this automatically. However, for the meantime, this is the best solution I can come up with. If you have a better idea, please make sure to drop it in this comment section below, and we can have a look and learn from each other. Finally, if you need any help with any of the Webflow problems or any of the features that are released by Webflow, make sure to book a consultation call with us. I will leave the link in the description below, so make sure to hit me up. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.